Hey guys, welcome back. All right, so guys, here's some news and then we're going to discuss some other things. So, here's an article from today the 20th. Says Mazar Salah, guys, that's Mohammed Salah. Remember, he's the former number 2 man of the central bank. Remember, I keep trying to teach you guys when the central bank talks, that's when you listen. So, Salah's saying Iraq is on the brink of economic recovery since December 20th when Iraq devalued the currency at the request and direction of the World Bank and the IMF. Since that point forward, guys, remember right now we're in the Q4 period of Iraq of their 2020 fiscal year. We're in Q4 right now, January through March. Both the World Bank and the IMF have been very outspoken, more outspoken than they've ever been, and they're telling you they're working with Iraq to launch and bring forward their Iraq to the world stage. Okay. Now you've got Mohammed Salah telling you this. Iraq is on the brink of economic recovery. Okay. They're Let's look at this article. Advisor to Prime Minister Mohammed Salah confirmed that Iraq is on the brink of economic recovery, indicating that the Supreme Committee for Reform has important decisions to advance the public and private sectors. In an interview with Al-Sabah, Salah explained that Iraq is on the edges of economic recovery at present in two areas. The first is that there is a tangible agricultural boom that will achieve growth in non-oil GDP in the year of 21 by more than 4%, which is 1.5 times higher than the growth almost the population. And the second scope is the boom in energy demand sector in the world. Oil prices have gradually recovered, which is a positive indicator that the strength of the country's overall financial capacity. Guys, remember Brent oil right now is at about 65 dollars a barrel, and you've now seen articles from Iraq where they're telling you they do have a budget surplus because of the high oil prices. Salah stressed the need to deal with this matter with great caution by laying a basis for sustainable development and reducing economic shocks, and pointed out that the international community supporting Iraq through the International Financial Alliance Team, which was established months ago, expressed its desire to support the established principles of sustainable growth in the national economy. It was also expressed in the white paper recently approved by the Council of Ministers establishing a blueprint and institutional entity for economic reform, which is a linchpin of this developmental sustainability. He added that the formation of the Supreme Committee for Reform, which will have decisive and radical executive decisions to promote the productive investment and operational activity in the public and private sector, which will support by large international presence. There you go, guys. They're linking this economic movement with becoming international presence requested by multilateral international financial institutions and the group of 7 major industrialized countries, pointing out that the availability of national and international will be embodied in participation in the reconstruction establishing of the country's reforms transformation team from to economy and sustainable development to be the cornerstone of the economic transition for development. So guys, this is a great article. This is from the number 2 guy, Mohammed Salah, formerly of the central bank. He's telling you, and he used words in this international and transformation and so forth. Guys, this article's telling you that the time period you're in that I've been telling you. Remember, after I told you from when Iraq completed that borrowing law, they could change the rate at any time, and they were, after the borrowing law, I also told you they were walking you into the season of the rate change. This article confirms you're there, okay? But remember, we have to look at what the CBI says, not what these clowns brought you yesterday, okay? What the clowns brought you yesterday, it's all BS, and it has no credibility to it. It wasn't from the central bank. We need to look at what the CBI tells you. That's what stands. That's the truth in this, okay? So let's do this, okay? I'm going to show you some old information, kind of old, middle, and present, okay? Let's look at some old information here real quick, okay? So here's some old information for you guys. I'm going to show you, I've got some hard factual data right here that shows you before Iraq, before Saddam Hussein attacked Kuwait of 1990, and before the Chapter 7 sanctions, guys, Iraq's fiscal year was indeed April through March. Okay, here you go. Historical data as to when, see right, historical factual data as to when, see right now, Iraq is under the U.S. and the IMF's kind of financial guidance and control. So I want to, before Iraq became, and while Iraq is under the IMF and the U.S.'s financial guidance and control, okay, Iraq is currently utilizing our calendar year because of that. But I wanted to see where Iraq's fiscal year was before they came under the U.S.'s guidance and control. Okay, I wanted to see, did they have a different fiscal period? And guys, they did. Back in the 1970s, Iraq's fiscal period was actually the exact same as Kuwait from the beginning of April through the end of March, guys, in the 1970s, guys, and that's while their rate pegged to the dollar, because in 1973, Iraq's currency pegged to the dollar was worth $3.37. So back in 1973, when they had a 3+ value, their fiscal year also went from the beginning of April through the end of March, exactly how Kuwait is structured today. Let me show that to you factually. So what this is, guys, this is a book. It's a factual book that was written by some real Iraqis, okay? And you know what, I can even show that to you. The authors of this book is right here, Abdul Haq Al-Ani and then Tariq Al-Ani. Okay, so these guys probably are brothers. They wrote this book. They wrote this book back in 2012, okay? And it's called Genocide in Iraq. Now, they actually brought a lot of hard factual data or solid factual data about Iraq's economics and economy into this book, okay? So I found a section of this book right here for you. In this section of the book, they were talking about the second development plan for the country of Iraq. And it says right here, right here, that there was a five-year period, okay, that ended in 1975, which marked the end of a fiscal. Hey guys, so when we look at this book, let's just read those paragraphs, guys, because it very clearly tells you exactly what their fiscal year is, right? It says the second development plan of 1976-1980. The 1970 to 74 NDP, National Development Plan, which covered the 5-year period, ended in March of 75, which marked the end of the fiscal year, okay, or fiscal period. So right there, they're telling you that March of 75 marked the end of the fiscal year, okay? It says a 9-month investment program to cover the period of April through December 1975, which followed this plan, and it was intended to accommodate the change in the fiscal year from April through March. So right there, they're telling you Iraq's fiscal year flat out was April through March, and they were considering transitioning to January through December, guys, but they did not do so, and they were forced to do so due to the Chapter 7 sanctions, okay? So I just wanted to show you that here's hard factual data. Before the Chapter 7 sanctions, guys, Iraq's fiscal year was April through March, okay? Now, let's look at some more. Now, so now you guys know Iraq's fiscal year data does come from their budgets. It's on the last page. It's Article 60 of every budget they do. In the very last page of any budget, it tells you the operating period of the budgets, okay? What was the last budget Iraq's done so far? Only up to 2019. They have not done any budgets past 2019. So as of right now, when you Google Iraq's fiscal year, you're only seeing you're only seeing January through December up until the year of 2019. Iraq didn't do a 2020 budget. So you wouldn't know going from 2020 forward, you won't know Iraq's fiscal year. They haven't told you because they haven't done a 2020 budget. So when you Google it, you're only seeing their fiscal periods they've told you up until 2019. What's changed since 2019? Guys, I told you that the transition from the fiscal year transition from January through December occurred because Iraq got put on these naughty lists, Chapter 7 sanctions, right? Well, what happened last year in 2020? Iraq was removed from those naughty lists, guys. They were taken off the naughty list. Okay, and remember, we have an amazing person in our group who works for a bank and showed us data that Iraq was removed off the OFAC list as of August 10th of last year. Remember that? And then later in last year, Iraq was removed from all the UN and the European naughty list. Remember that? They showed us that. But again, Iraq didn't do a 2020 budget, so you won't. So from 2020 on forward, guys, they haven't told you what their fiscal year is. But remember, and they're not going to tell you, because here's why they're not going to tell you, okay? Let's look at something here. Okay, so according to this, guys, these are older articles, guys, from the CBI. This isn't that crap that you were shown yesterday, you know, by people that profit off you, okay? This is not that crap. This is not that BS crap that was shown to you by people that make money off you guys, okay, that bring you BS. This is, guys, this is truth from the CBI. This is what you need to look at. Okay, guys, so here's a portion of an article from October 4th of 2012. It says right in it, and it's from the central bank. Okay, remember, guys, the central bank will never tell you what the rate's going to be. So when you see an article that comes out saying, oh, they're going to have a 1+ rate and then a 3+ rate, but remember, guys, they're only allowed to have one rate change per year. Okay, so that already squashes that clown circus theory that was shared to you by these people that profit off you. Okay, they can only have one rate change per year. It's that simple. And I'm gonna show you that again. And they've told the CBI told you that. Okay, but right here, guys, this is from the CBI. It says the CBI has ruled out deleting the 3 zeros from the Iraqi currency in 2013 because it times in a new fiscal year. So, guys, here's the first article from the CBI. It's an article from 2012 where they're telling you they need a new fiscal year. Let's look at the next article here. Here's an article from 2012. Okay, does the project will remain a dead letter? Permission as described by the central bank deputy. Again, here's Mohammed Salah. Okay, so, whoops, let me get rid of the, okay. So, trying to slide down here. So at the end of this article, guys, it says the timing is very important in this case, and that its implementation must coincide with the beginning of a new fiscal year. Oh, so now here's two articles from the CBI telling you beginning of a fiscal year. Let's see what else we have. Oh, here's another article from September 6th of 2012, and yes, it's from Mohammed Salah again, the central bank. As deputy director of the central bank, the timing is very important in this case, and this implementation must coincide with the beginning of a fiscal year. Oh, so there's the third article from the CBI telling you they can only change the rate at the beginning of a fiscal year. Okay. What else do we have here? Okay, well, here's the fourth article from August 20th of 2012. Mohammed Salah drew interest of the exchange must be with the beginning of a new fiscal year. So right there, Mohammed Salah drew interest of the exchange must be with a new fiscal year. So there's 4 articles from the CBI telling you at the beginning of a fiscal year. And let's look at the last green highlight. The Iraqi government accounts cannot be registered in the same year. 2 forms of financial values. Right there, Mohammed Salah, number 2 guy of the central bank. He's telling you they cannot have 2 different rate changes or currency values in the same year. So it looks like those circus clowns that shared that, you know, that the ones that make money off you guys. Yeah, the circus clowns on YouTube that make money off you guys, okay, who don't know what the hell they're talking about because they don't know how to show you CBI articles. They show you lies and BS. Okay, that's all they do is show you lies and BS, nothing else. Right here. They're not smart enough to tell you that Iraq can only have 1 rate change per year, guys. So, guys, that's the truth in this. This is what's from the CBI, okay? So here's the thing. You guys, I just showed you historically before the Iraq went under all the naughty lists in 1990 and the Chapter 7 sanctions from what Saddam did to Kuwait, Iraq's fiscal year was indeed April through March, guys. And then they had to transition when they got put on all the naughty lists from Saddam. They had to go to a January through December fiscal period. Okay, but again, that data comes from budgets. Iraq never did a 2020 budget. So when you Google Iraq's fiscal year, you're only seeing accurate data up until 2019, revealing Iraq's fiscal year to you. Okay, so again, anytime you Google or research Iraq's fiscal year on the internet, the most accurate data you're seeing up to, guys, is only up to 2019 because they didn't do a 2020 budget. Okay, now, and I've already spoken with the Iraq government, guys. I have a contact in Iraq I'm able to talk to. I've already confirmed multiple times over. I know for a fact Iraq's fiscal year is April through March, guys. Today it's the exact same as Kuwait's. That's why yesterday, guys, I showed you an article where Iraq said, this was from yesterday, and right now we're just in February. It said in a few months, Iraq will reveal the 21 budget to you, okay? Well, guys, I want you to think about something right now. The IMF and World Bank are calling the shots in Iraq. Okay? They're not gonna tolerate a disorganized, sloppy mess in Iraq. They're calling the shots. Those are CPAs and bean counters. They're there and they mean business. Okay? If Iraq's fiscal year started in January, guys, this is just common sense. The CBI and the IMF would have required them to have started their 21 budget approval clear back in September so they could have it ready for January. Guys, Iraq didn't even start the 21 budget until January. Okay? They didn't start it in January because it's not needed until April. It's that simple. Okay? Now, I want you to think about one more thing. Iraq, if you know how to analyze facts, Iraq already gave you their fiscal year. Okay? They completed the borrowing law, which was done in place of the 2020 budget, again, because it's for the fiscal year of 2020. They did the borrowing law on November 12th. Okay? They told you the borrowing law was for a new deficit coming in the year of 2020. What was the deficit from in 2020? It's from the reforms being implemented in 2020 in January. So right there, guys, the reforms which were for the fiscal year of 2020 weren't even implemented until they're considering it January. It was actually February 20th. Okay? And you guys know that when they devalued the currency on December 20th, guys, you already know they revealed and gave you the rate change date in that. Okay? So, anyway, guys, here you go. This is the real, true data from the Central Bank of Iraq. This all coincides at the beginning of a fiscal year. There's not going to be two rate changes like these circus clowns of gurus, okay, that make money and profit off all you guys. Shared with you yesterday. Okay, that article is pure BS. If you want to believe it, if you guys will even want to believe that level of information, I'd rather you just leave my channel. I'd rather you not. I would rather not even know you as a person. Okay, if you want to believe that type of information, those are the type of people. You know, go give your money to the gurus that want to share that information. I'd rather you go their direction and benefit them because I don't have that level of patience and ignorance. Okay, so anyway, guys, this is the real truth. Okay, right here, I'm showing it to you. This is from the Central Bank of Iraq. Here's 4 articles telling you fiscal year rate change, okay? And again, I know for a fact that the fiscal year does indeed start April 1st, okay? And now here's the reality in this, guys, because Iraq devalued the currency on December 20th, they gave you the rate change date. The reduction or the rate change reduction, guys, because they did it specifically on December 20th, not in January like they told you. They did it on a specific date, December 20th. What they revealed to you there is they had a specific agenda or goal that had to be reached in a specific amount of time. That's why they had to do it on December 20th, not January, because they had a goal that had to have been met before April could even start, or in this case, before the rate change occurs. Guys, that's why they did it. So Iraq implemented on December 20th with the rate change reduction, they implemented a 90-day tool to reduce the note count in the country of Iraq to get the 3-0 notes out of circulation. They needed 90 days on that. 30, 60 days doesn't give them enough time to get enough notes out of circulation. They needed at least 90 days, okay, for it to be effective and get more than enough notes out of circulation. That's why they reserved 90 days on that step. So anyway, guys, there you go. That's the real truth in this. As you see, I showed you, an amazing article here at the beginning where Mohammed Salah, okay, he gave you a really good article here, okay? Mohammed Salah right here is telling you that Iraq's on the brink of economic recovery, guys. And just so you know, this is the same Mohammed Salah that drafted all those CBR articles I just showed you going clear back to 2012. This guy has worked with Shabibi, okay? This guy is the man. When he talks, you listen. All right, there you guys go. Hey, you guys are the best. God bless you guys and have a great day. Take care.